The Miami Heat trade for Oladipo. Miami trades away Avery Bradley, Kelly Olynyk, and the 2022 first-round swap rights for Oladipo. They basically gave up nothing to get him. Now the Miami Heat have Oladipo, Bam Adebayo, and Jimmy G Buckets. The G stands for Gets, who has been playing amazing these last couple months. He's an amazing player. So the Heat get Oladipo. How good of a player is Oladipo? That's the real question. How much does he have left in the tank? He's still 28 years old. He's been in the league for 8 years now. He turns 29 in May. He was on his way to stardom before he got hurt. I'll never forget that 2018 first round matchup against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Oladipo was tied 2-2 with them. It looked like they were going to go up 3-2. But LeBron James blocks the shot by Oladipo. I believe there was like less than a minute left. Game was tied. Oladipo drives past LeBron James, hits the backboard. LeBron James blocks it. Should have been a goaltend. Doesn't get called. LeBron James and the Cavaliers end up winning that game. And then the Pacers and Oladipo win Game 6 to force a Game 7. And in Game 7, they can't get it done. LeBron James moves on. And the rest is history. But if they win that Game 5, I mean, there's no guaranteeing that they also win Game 6 again. But now they have 2 chances to close out that series. But, you know what? Those are all ifs. But that series really made me like, whoa, Oladipo is here, man. Like, he's not the Orlando Magic Oladipo. He's not the Thunder Oladipo. This is a different Oladipo with the Pacers. This is his team. It kind of felt like when PG-13, when Paul George was with the Pacers, and he had a real sick-ass series against the Heat. And we were like, okay, Paul George is here. Like, this is his team. He's going to be another, like, mainstay in the East. And he's going to compete against LeBron in the East for a while. And, you know, he kind of did with the Pacers for like 2-3 years. That's how it felt like for Oladipo in 2018. I was like, damn, I'm excited to see this guy just keep getting better with the Pacers, just turn into a dog. Like, he was fearless. Like, there was a lot of times where the Pacers would just give him the ball. Oladipo would retreat to almost half court. Everyone would just be in their corners. And Oladipo would just, you know, pick up a head of steam and run at his defender. He will either like hesitate, keep running, get to the rim, or he would just pop a 3-pointer in his defender's face after running super fast. It was so entertaining. If you guys haven't watched Oladipo versus the Cavaliers in 2018 in the first round, make sure to go to YouTube or something. Watch those highlights. He was a dog. He was a monster, and I was very excited for him. And unfortunately, well, he did start off the 2019 season super hot. It looked like he was, you know, going to take that step. He tears his quad in January of 2019, and you know he was out for like a year. Returned last year, wasn't the same, and then he got traded for the Rockets, and now he's with the Heat. So how much does he have left? I mean, he's still averaging around 20 points, even with the Rockets, who haven't, like, they've won one game in their last, like, 23 attempts, I believe. But he's turning 29. He's had a big injury. I mean, how much potential does he have left at 29? Not too much. Can he at least get back to the level he once showed? Maybe. But with the Heat, he's not going to be the main guy. He's not even going to be the second guy. Some nights he might not even be the third guy with Tyler Hero. So I think it's a good trade for the Miami Heat. He definitely makes their team better. He's not a bad player. He has been a first-team all-defensive player. He has been a most improved player. So, hey, who's to say he doesn't, you know, finish this year strong and get most improved again, or finish, you know, do all right this season, and next year he takes that step again. He turns into the old Oladipo, and he gets another most improved. It was rumored he is on an expiring contract, but it was rumored that he was going to sign with the Heat anyways. Now the Heat kind of trade away some lowly pieces, some players that they weren't really using, they didn't really need, and they get Oladipo, and now they get to do a trial run, and they get to see if they want to keep him past this season. But I think it was a good trade for the Miami Heat. Spoelstra is still one of the best coaches in the NBA, so I know he's going to get the best out of Oladipo. He's going to run the best sets for him. So I'm excited. I think it's a good trade for the Heat. For the Rockets, I mean, I don't understand what they're doing. They basically gave away Harden for a bunch of pick swaps that are going to be at the end of the draft. And we all know the NBA draft is super top heavy. Every year there's only like 4-5 quality players that will really like swing the needle in your direction, if that. So if you're getting pick swaps at the end of the season, I mean at the end of the draft, you're getting a bunch of like players that are just journeymen. I have no idea what the Rockets are doing. If you're a Rocket fan, I feel for you. So close for so many years, and now you look like you're so far away. But that's the nature of the NBA. You got to get it when you're close because things could change so quickly. I know, like that's why I could never hate on the team that pushes their chips into the table, because just like that, like, hey, I'm pretty sure Rocket fans thought they were going to be contenders or at least a good team for a long time. Even last season, they were like, okay, we got Harden, we got Westbrook. Now they got nobody. They don't have LeVert. They don't have Allen. They don't have Oladipo. They just have a lot of no-name players. They have Wood and Wall, and we'll see where that gets them. But I just don't understand what they're doing right now. And I'm excited to see the Heat. I'm excited to see what they could do. It's definitely a big three. I don't know how big Oladipo still is, but Jimmy G is, quietly an MVP candidate. We all know what Bam Adebayo could do, and now we'll see what version of Oladipo they get. All around, I think it's a good trade for the Miami Heat. They're not giving up too much for him. They get to see if they want to sign him. And overall, great trade for the Heat. I'm going to give them pretty much an A for this trade. And the Rockets, what are you guys doing?